I was hanging with you and then I realized I didn't think it was true. I was surprised when I found out I'd fallen for you. I didn't wanna believe my feelings for you. I didn't wanna believe that I could lose you.
Standard for connecting hard drives to the system uses the underlying AT attachment. Parallel advanced technology attachment. The connection of devices such as optical floppy hard disk drive. Group the connection of devices such as optical floppy hard disk drive. Group with the parallel advanced technology attachment for group
Good day everyone, I am Brian Salvation and I am here to start the discussion for today. Random access memory, or simply RAM, is one of the main components of the CPU which stores program and data that the CPU is currently using. The maximum data and program that a piece of RAM can store is measured using the unit code type. Each piece of RAM is code speed, and one of the common examples of this is a DIMM or Dual Inline Memory Module. Again, that is RAM or the Random Access Memory.
Hey guys, welcome back to our topic for today. So for today, we're gonna talk about what is CPU. So CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. It is the chips that can execute instructions and move data around in every major device you own. From the smallest tablet to the mightiest of desktop computers, the CPU is the core component of what defines computing device, but isn't the sole component. Again, it is just the brains of our computer. It is a chips that can sit in a special socket located in the main circuit board or motherboard or the main board. So let's talk about what is the relationship of CPU and memory. A computer uses random access memory to take copies of programs from the hard drive and send them online at a time to the CPU quickly enough to keep up with its demands. The CPU access any one raw or ROW of RAM or RAM as easily and as quickly as any time other RAW, which explains the random access part of RAM. It is not only random accessibility but also passed by stringing programs on RAM. The CPU can access the run them very quickly. RAM also stores and data the CPUs actively use. The CPU communicates with RAM on the motherboard via the address bus, the number of wires compressing the address bus dedicates the amount of memory the CPU can access.
Good day, I'm Leon and we're going to talk about what is a parity error. Now, a parity error is one of the common symptoms of RAM in the assembly and disassembly of the RAM. So a bad RAM usually results in error screens that displays a hexadecimal value. So one of the things that we can consider in determining what problem of the RAM it has if there's a parity error. A parity error results in an error screen that displays a hexamal or a hexadecimal value. Now, a real parity error shows up in the same place in the memory. And if that hexadecimal code is the same, you may have a bad RAM.
Hi, I'm Angelica Edis and I will be discussing the non-maskable interrupt or NMI. Non-maskable interrupt is a hardware interrupt that standard interrupt masking technique in the system cannot ignore. So basically, non-maskable interrupt cannot be ignored and is generally used only for critical hardware error. When an NMI is received by the CPU, it indicates that a critical error has occurred and that the system is about to crash. So, NMI is the best indication of what might have caused the problem.
Hi guys! So, ako nga po pala si Matisan at aking i-discuss ang tungkol sa page fault. Simulan na natin. Ang page fault lang naman sa aking pagkakaalam ay isang most common type ng BSOD or Blue Screen of Death sa isang Windows or sa isang RAM. Ang page fault kasi ay nagpo-function nito like it will automatically stop your computer and magkakaroon siya ng mga message, address, codes na lalabas at doon sa pamamagitan nun magkakaroon ng blue screen of death, isang blue screen na matagal. So, paano natin malalaman na may page fault ang isang RAM or isang bad RAM? Sa pamamagitan nito, like meron kasing KRNL 386 kung saan isa siyang code or address para sa page fault. At meron ding 03F2 25A003BC. So, yun. Pag nagkaroon ng ganong process sa isang page fault, ang lalabas nun na yun ay may KRNL 386. So, yun na nga. Pwede pa yun. Pwede pa siyang, it might be changed. Pwede pa siyang mabago. Pero pag may lumabas na hexadecimal na mga address, codes, or numbers, yun, may lalabas na isang sign or isang numerous error screens na nagsasabi na meron kang bad RAM sa iyong computer. Or basta nagbabakita lang na meron kang bad RAM. So, yun. Yun ang para sa page fault.
CPUs. Heat is a computer's enemy. Computers are designed with heat dispersion and ventilation in mind so that they don't overheat. If your computer is continuously rebooting or won't start up, you have a CPU cooling problem. Specific components like your CPU and graphics card are the biggest heat generators and likely have additional cooling system of their own. You'll usually see a heatsink attached to your CPU that's designed to pull a heat off the processor and attach fan to pull that heat away from CPU and heatsink. If you want that to fix, all you have to do is open your case up and make sure that the heat sink is properly seated and all the fans are running.
Good morning to everyone. My name is Maria Makino, reporting Troubleshoot CPU. Get the blue screen of death or random shutdown. Smell the electronic. If the electronic is smell like burning object, the only thing is it have a catastrophic CPU failure. The only thing that we can do to solve this problem is replace the CPU.
Hello everyone, it's me Carla to discuss to you on how to disassemble the RAM properly. First, carefully remove the memory from the motherboard and place it somewhere static and free. Take care not to touch the metal contacts on the bottom of the RAM modules. As you remove the memory, take note of one or more small notches on the bottom. These notches are asymmetrically placed on the module to help you install the memory properly. And then, carefully pick up the RAM module, again avoiding the metal contacts on the bottom. Once the RAM module is removed, you can check what is the model number printed on the size of the RAM module along with the size, speed, timings, and voltage for the RAM module. That's all.
So hello everyone, my name is Nicole De Salvatore and I will teach you on how to assemble the RAM. First things first, you have to hold the RAM in their both edges, left and right. Once you hold them, you have to place them gently in the memory slots. Now that you put them in the memory slots, you have to toggle the plastic retention lever so you can lock them and place it nice and easy. That's all. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Micaela Bordeos and I'm here to discuss on how to disassemble a CPU properly and safely. The first thing to do is to remove the Intel socket processor. Release the socket level CARM arm by pressing it down and away from the catch, then lifting back to disengage the top metal load plate until it hangs loose. The second is to pick up the processor correctly. You'll need to gently grasp it by the edges with your thumb and forefinger. There are 2 gaps in the plastic wall of the socket that corresponds to each finger. Make it easier to grasp the CPU. The third step is to lift the processor vertically out of the socket and place it back in its plastic protective cover. So that is the basic steps on how to remove a CPU.
Hi, I am Geraldine Diquiros and I will discuss to you the proper way of assembling the CPU in the motherboard. In assembling the CPU, it is quite easier than RAM because here you don't need much force in assembling it. So, how to install the CPU? In assembling a CPU, first, you need to align it so that the connection indicator is lined up with the pin on the CPU socket. Next, place the CPU gently into the socket. To make sure it is properly placed, tap the 4 corners of the CPU gently. Then, close the CPU, load plate, and secure it by closing the load lever and moving it under the load lever retention tab. Reminder, when handling a CPU, do not touch the CPU contacts. That's all.
Hello everyone, I am Ria Augusto and I'm here to report about a quick recap of disassembling and assembling our RAM in our computer. So, meron po kasing different kinds ng RAM at kailangan po natin malaman kung ano po yung kind ng RAM na ginagamit natin. Meron pong SDRAM, DDR1, DDR2, and DDR3. Those RAM ay different po physically and yung functionality po nila. Kaya kailangan po natin malaman kung ano. Madalas po nasa motherboard nakasulat kung ano po yung kind ng RAM na ginagamit niya. So, matching your RAM modules in technology, capacity, speed, and manufacturer lessens the chance of problems and incompatibility. So, let's proceed to the disassembling of our RAM module. So, hawakan po natin yung RAM natin side by side. Tapos po, yung plastic tab, dahan-dahan po nating i-push down para po ma-unlock siya. Pero kailangan po nating alalayan yung kabilang part ng RAM para po hindi tumalsik. Then, after doing that, on the first side, do it on the other side. Kapag natanggal na po yung RAM, yung naka-free na po siya, dahan-dahan po natin siya iangat. Avoid po nating hawakan yung gitnang part para po hindi masira yung mga pins. So, para naman po sa assembling ng RAM, dahan-dahan po nating ibaba. Make sure po yung notch is naka-perfectly fit po dun sa lagayan niya. Tapos po, like disassembling po, alalayan po both side bago po i-push down one side at a time. Tapos po, antayin po natin na yung plastic tab niya is mag-lock down para po ma-secure yung RAM. After po ginawa yun sa unang side, gawin din po sa pangalawang side. And to make sure na naka-lock na po yung RAM sa loob, galaw-galawin po natin yung plastic tab para po to make sure na naka-lockdown na po siya. That's it, and thank you for listening.
Hi, my name is Rachel and now I'm going to have a short recap about CPU. So, what is CPU or Central Processing Unit? We can say that CPU is the main brain or heart of a computer system because it performs all of the instructions and calculations that are needed and manages the flow of information through a computer. Let's move on to the disassembly and assembly of the CPU. So the first thing that we should always remember when we are working on a very sensitive electronic equipment is to have a PPE or personal protective equipment. The equipment that we should use is the anti-static wrist strap
The anti-static wrist strap is a device used to safely ground a person and to prevent the build-up of static electricity on our body, which can result in electrostatic discharge. Make sure to remove all of our jewelries and accessories and keep it away from our workplace. So this is the feature of CPU socket or CPU slots that allows for placing or replacing the central processing unit without soldering. In disassembling the CPU, the picture shows the first step, which is to unlock the socket of CPU, and the second is the picture shows that when we are holding or removing the processor, make sure that we are not touching the gold pins. So in assembling the CPU, the first picture shows the proper way of placing the processor on the CPU socket, and the second picture shows that we should push it gently using our fingers before we lock it, and the last picture shows that we should lock it properly.